What's up, everybody? Well, I got another TV PC gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna have a look at Mechwarrior 5 Mercenary. Now, it seemed to run pretty damn good on the main PC, but still had those little stutters here and there, so it seems like the game just has them in it. It's not an Intel or Nvidia thing, or an AMD just sucking thing. It seems like the game's engine is just not the best, but that's okay. At least it's not like a complete stutter fest, except for 1080p on the ASUS Shifting Advantage. That was not great. That was borderline unplayable. I wouldn't have had much fun with that. But anyway, I'd say it's about time for us to stop wasting time and let's get ourselves into that game. So let's basically copy the same settings we did on the main PC. We can play 4K, native. We're gonna turn ray tracing on, maxed, and see how many FPS we get. I think the main PC was able to get like 25 to like 28. I think it touched 30 like once. So let's see how this one does in comparison. So here we go, 22, 24 to 26. 27. So yeah, I think the other one got like 20, 29 at some point. So let's see if this one ever hits that high. So far it seems very similar.
I'm sure you wish the Centurion was repaired and ready to go. For this particular mission though, the Javelin is the mech best suited for the job. And hey, it has jump jets. They could come in handy.
Obviously still very unplayable.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
Well, can't blame a girl for trying. The power station being used by these raiders is derelict, Commander, but you can bet its perimeter defenses won't be. My guess, the raiders will have turrets stationed around the perimeter. If that's the case, it means they must have a generator close by. Find and destroy that generator before assaulting the plant.
All right.
And you'll have a much
So
easier time.
seems like the other PC won by like a frame or two, but let's move on. So now I figured let's do the same thing as on the main here. Let's put it on performance DLSS because that's what it defaults to when you turn the max ray tracing on. Or it might just do that with ray tracing in general, not necessarily going to max, but regardless. And we're gonna leave the rest of the game maxed out too. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So let's get started with the game and see how it does. Here we go. Got a little DLSS on performance now.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
Well, can't blame
Oops.
a girl for trying.
Crashing a wall there. Now the other one I remember got up to like 90 or something at points here, so let's see if this thing ever gets close to that. Because technically when you're at performance at 4K, I believe this is 1080p. And 1080p, you would think that the 13FRK would, do a lot better at that. Even though it's still upscaling to 4K, it's still 1080p technically, and yeah. An older CPU like this, even with the V-Cache, I don't think can compete with the 13th gen. Some games it can get kind of close, but not when you do lower res. It's usually only close when you're at 4K, and even then, the 13RK will be ahead in most games by like 5 to 8 FPS. And some games be smoother, but sometimes the 5800X 3D is smoother. A lot of times it seems like being games that use those E-cores when it shouldn't be. Hopefully we can get Windows like good enough to where it can just figure that out to where that never happens. Well, that and game developers, I think everybody has to work hand in hand on that one. But I don't know for sure. I'm not a game developer or a programmer of any kind, so I don't know how any of that works. All right, he's blown up. Okay, see, this is what I was talking about. Like, I don't think that the main PC quite had that kind of stutter in drop frames when we were having ray tracing and all that. But hey, maybe I was wrong and I just didn't notice it. That's why I said I'd give the slight edge to the main PC at the DLSS and all that stuff. At least when you drop it all the way down to performance levels. But this is still completely playable, don't get me wrong. And I'm going to play this on my main PC anyway, because I want to play with keyboard and mouse. That's the way I'm used to it. Back from the days. Is he just like going off into the mountains? And abandoning his mission? No, here he comes. He's coming back. I was like, we gotta scare him off. Well, maybe he should have just gone off into the mountains. But anyway, let's move along. So now we're gonna try just native 4K, no ray tracing, and just maxed out and see how it does. I mean, the other main PC was getting like 200 and something FPS with these settings, so we'll see how this does in comparison. It fell behind a little bit with the DLSS and ray tracing, but still pretty playable. Anyway, let's see how it does with this. So now here we are in the game again, and yep, this one's getting 200 and something too. So definitely not bad.
I'm sure you wish the Centurion was repaired and ready to go. For this particular mission though, the Javelin is the mech best suited for the job. And hey, it has jump jets. They could come in handy.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
Well, can't blame a girl for trying.
But yeah, this is probably the way I would play.
The power station being used
I didn't really see, at least in this particular arena, I didn't really see ray tracing helping very much.
my guess, the
It just seemed to kill my FPS and make me use DLSS,
if that's the case, it means they must have a generator
which seems a little silly when I can get like 250 native, right? Obviously we are bottlenecked a little bit, we're not getting 100% utilization, but I don't even think the main PC got 100% everywhere. But I still think it had higher utilization than this. But that'll happen. It does have a way higher single core. So in games where the Vcache doesn't, help, that's the only thing that has it somewhat keep up. And every once in a blue moon, beat the 13900 KF. But more often than not, the 13900 KF pulls ahead. Man, it should. But to do so, it does use quite a bit more electricity most of the time. This thing's using what, like 45 to 50 watts, depending on what we're doing, at like 50 degrees. I think the other one's usually 60 to like 70 degrees. And that's with a giant custom loop. Well, not giant custom loop, but still. A 420 millimeter, pretty thick radiator with, at the time, the thickest radiator density of fins there were. And that's why I got those industrial PPF fans, because I figured I had to have something strong to push through there. Well, in this case, pull. Because I tried it to both ways, and it seems like the temps were about the same. And in this way, I don't have as to blow them out as much. It doesn't really seem to get as much smuts. That's why I kind of like that. So I usually set up my water cooling that way, but man, you just won't die, will you? Oh shit, I crashed into a wall. Joke's on me. Those people would probably be laughing right up until they blew up like that. Like, haha, that idiot just crashed into a fucking mountain. Take that. Alright though, why don't we go move on to a little bit of some camera now? Alright. Let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay now.
There's a large chunk of ice blocking the path down to the generator. Use your jump jets to get over it. Perfect.
Yeah,
With the generator blown, the turret should be disabled now.
Than the Intel PC was with the 4090. Don't get me wrong, it's still playable, but I feel like we had a lot smoother gameplay on the 4090 with the 13900 KF this time around. Sometimes they're like almost indistinguishable, but not this time around. At least I don't think so. I have to go look once I make the videos, but definitely seems to have some more stutters. But we'll see. Let's keep running around and see if they keep on happening. I know there was always little ones. Oh wait, that's right. There's a damn helicopter that comes after me in there. That was stupid of me. RTX PC
Okay,
anyway, because
there's the geothermal power plant up ahead.
Keyboard and mouse.
There's
That's
a
just
number
me.
of storage buildings in and around the plant itself.
And eventually,
I
that computer is
suspect
going
that's
to be
where
where
they're
that
storing their
computer
loot.
is.
Time to smash and grab, Commander. Once you locate the storage crate, mark it for pickup, then move on to the next building. From my initial scans of the site, I've marked where I think the crates could be located. Look there first.
Roger that.
Good work. Marked for pickup. Commander, it appears the derelict plant has a network of backup generators running. Destroy them if you can.
Target acquired. Jump jet fuel low.
Alright, seems to be doing a little bit better
Target
now.
destroyed. Jump jet fuel empty. Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty. Target acquired. Jump jet fuel low.
Oh, I missed that time.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Die, you. Gotta get him before he gets me. Missed him though. Got him.
Jump jet fuel low.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up. Okay, got it. Keep looking. All right, that should do it. Go ahead and meet me at the exfiltration point. If you see anything worth blowing up on your way out, say a weapons depot or something, I won't object.
Understood.
Alright, I hit it this time. Yes.
Good work, Commander. That's the last of their power generators.
Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
Still alive? Man, I'm almost toast.
Nicely done, Commander. That should teach them a lesson.
Ah, they
Now
killed
get
the
to the
wrong
expo
thing.
point, and I'll pick you up.
Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty. Jump jet fuel low.
Alright though, I think that's plenty of camera for gameplay, so let's go wrap this video on up, shall we? Well alright guys, that's a wrap from Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries, and it definitely seemed like it was a little bit stutterier than it was on the 4090, but especially during the ray tracing part. But ray tracing is heavy on the CPU too, so it probably just requires a little more single core than this thing has. Vcache is not the be all win all, but considering this thing is a little bit old at this point, I'm still impressed with how it handled it. So a lot of people probably wouldn't have given a shit and played happily like that. Obviously not with just native, with no DLSS, but I think most people probably would have been happy with DLSS, but not me. That was too stuttery for me. I'm gonna play it on the main computer, but I want to use keyboard and mouse anyway, so that just so happened to work out. But it would have been kind of lame if I wanted to play here and it was going to run like garbage, so that's no fun. But that's why I'm glad I got multiple PCs. But anyway, that is it for this particular video, and I believe that is it for this particular game too. I think we played on everything we can play it on. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.